the lack of, well, proof that she's been in the gym working on her craft, trying to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of basketball.
The lack of proof that she's been in the gym working on her craft, trying to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of basketball. Angel Reese is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not for a red carpet event or social media moment. It's for a practice video that's got fans shaking their heads. In the WNBA off-season, players are sharpening their skills and prepping for the next big leap, either by going overseas or hitting the practice gym. Reese has released a training clip that's left many wondering, what is she really focusing music on? Fans are scratching their heads as there's a clear disconnect between what she's working on compared to her on-court struggles. This move is already fueling debates about dedication and priorities, bringing her off-season decisions under intense scrutiny. Meanwhile, comparisons with fellow star Caitlin Clark are inevitable. Clark's videos showcase rigorous training with drills that align perfectly with her on-court strengths. This contrast couldn't be clearer, raising the stakes for Reese as observers start to question whether her focus is on enhancing her game or boosting her brand. Is this truly Reese wanting to improve, or is this just another on-camera moment to get eyes on her? Stick around as we dive deeper into what's really going on, the intense fan reaction, and what we can expect for the 2025 season. Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go. When she was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA, any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1% from the field when Angel Reese dropped her much-anticipated practice video. Fans expected to see growth, proof that she was taking this offseason seriously to address her game, especially after months of red carpet appearances and social media rants. Remember this: I just hope y'all know the WBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I mean, to do the math real quick, it might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that. What is my, I don't even know my salary. No, my R is more than that. It's 8,000. I'm living beyond my means. But instead of showing drills focused on shoring up her inside game, the video revealed a surprising emphasis on three-point shooting and mid-range jumpers. This choice left many puzzled. For a player whose main role involves playing under the basket at 6 feet 3 inches, fans were quick to question why she was practicing moves that didn't align with her in-game needs. The backlash was swift and relentless. Comments flooded social media, pointing out her dismal shooting statistics: 39.1% from the field and 44.5% from less than 5 feet under the basket, one of the worst in history. Given the volume of her attempts, these numbers are concerning for any player, let alone someone expected to be a cornerstone of her team's offense. Fans drew comparisons to infamous practice clips from NBA players like Ben Simmons, who also showcased impressive-looking skills in the offseason that rarely translated to game-time performance. Ben Simmons caught an amazing amount of stray bullets. I mean, an amazing amount. I guess Ben Simmons is known to release one of these propaganda kind of videos every year now. The similarity wasn't flattering, and Reese's critics latched onto it as further evidence that she might be more concerned with optics than real progress. As one fan puts it, teach her how to make a layup, please. This video fueled deeper conversations among analysts who dissed the footage and highlighted the disconnect between her training focus and the areas where she needed real improvement. While flashy three-point shots may look impressive in a practice setting, they don't solve the core issue of her inefficient inside scoring and reliance on offensive rebounds, many of which come from her own missed shots. Analysts pointed out that Reese's practice should be emphasizing consistency in her interior game and refining her ability to finish under pressure, especially considering her height and role on the team. One fan even said she needs to be fixing her form and her shot first before posting all these practice videos of awkward jump shots. I'm trying to figure out why she's putting so much time in developing an outside shot when she works under the basket primarily. You get a rebound, are you going to try to run out there all of a sudden and shoot a three, even though you got perimeter players that are standing around waiting for you to pass them the ball so they can shoot wide open in shots? It could potentially be a horrible season for the Chicago Sky. The critical voices weren't just limited to fans and media. Observers noted that this wasn't the first time Reese's priorities during the offseason raised questions. Her highly visible social media presence, which often showcased glamorous events and podcast highlights, fed into the perception that basketball might not be her primary focus. The practice video only amplified those doubts, painting a picture of a player whose off-season decisions might be more about maintaining attention than making genuine strides in her game. The timing of the video also played a role in shaping the reactions, with the 2025 season fast approaching and competition in the league only getting fiercer. Fans and analysts alike expected Reese to demonstrate a commitment to the basics: layups, defensive maneuvers, and rebounding drills that would bolster her effectiveness on the court. Instead, they were met with a video that seemed to miss the mark, and I'm wondering, a lot of the videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual grown men out there in her face, trying to keep her from making shots, and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here, and I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player. It looks like this is she plays under the basket, or we thought she was playing under the basket. So what's the bigger picture here? Is Reese focusing on boosting her game, or is this part of a larger pattern that fans have noticed before? And just how deep does the criticism go? If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action. Every night and look, as an organization we just felt it was time to make a change. There's this private issues that I think we will keep just in Sky locker room. Just as fans and analysts were dissecting Angel Reese's practice video, Chicago Sky head coach Tyler Marsh stepped into the conversation. Intentionally or not, in a recent press conference, Marsh's comments on Reese were clear: improvement was necessary and commitment to the basics was non-negotiable. Marsh praised Reese's raw talent, but didn't shy away from emphasizing that talent alone wouldn't sustain her in a competitive league. This wasn't just coach-eek, it was a public acknowledgement that the expectations for Reese had risen, and that potential must be backed by relentless work. For many, this was a message putting Reese on notice. If Angel Reese doesn't improve her offensive efficiency, she can't be a franchise player. Her IG followers aren't going to help her win games. Eventually the need for quality will beat mediocrity. Amen. That's a great comment right there, it really is. Yeah, you're not building a championship contender around Reese. Considering she's a rebounding role player, she's a good player, but she'd be better off the bench as an energy player. She's not an MVP caliber player because she can't shoot outside of the paint or inside. For Chicago Sky fans, Marsh's comments struck a chord. The backlash had already been simmering in fan forums, with many expressing frustration over what they saw as misplaced focus and inconsistent on-court performances. One fan bluntly wrote, "Angel Reese creates more scoring opportunities for herself with missed shots than made ones." Another chimed in, suggesting she's great on social media but her efficiency doesn't match her spotlight. These critiques weren't just noise, they underscored a genuine concern about her priorities. Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that the criticism didn't stop with her shooting numbers. Observers noted the stark contrast between Reese and her teammate Camila Cardoso, who had gained a reputation for consistency and strong fundamentals. If we're talking about building a franchise, we need someone who isn't distracted. One fan posted, Cardoso without the media fanfare and public appearances was seen as the steady contributor Reese should aim to be. Discussions around Reese's role in the team also intensified. Some fans and analysts argued that Reese's place as a starter should be reconsidered, suggesting she might serve better as an energy player coming off the bench until her efficiency improved. This wasn't just a jab at her abilities but a strategic take on what would benefit the team. Others took it further, speculating that unless Reese shifted her focus and worked on the basics like finishing under pressure and minimizing errors, she could see her minutes dwindle. Her IG followers can't help her score in the fourth quarter, a seasoned fan commented, and it just leaves you a scratch in your head as to what exactly is going on. Is Angel Reese trying to be an influencer, or is she trying to be a basketball player? These reactions posed a bigger question: could Reese balance her off-court persona, which included podcast sponsorships and social media stardom, with the demands of a top-tier professional athlete, and was she prepared to make those adjustments and prove her critics wrong? The intensity of the conversation around her wasn't just